Today on Outside the Box Reviews, Predator Week continues, and today we are taking a look at the NECA Water Emergence Jungle Hunter Predator. This is definitely a cool entry in the Predator series. I was very excited for this one, and you may remember last time I actually passed on the redo of the Jungle Hunter Predator because I basically have one that I'm happy with. I didn't need to buy the same character over again, just like I didn't have to rebuy the City Hunter when they re-released that on a single card. But this is a really cool new paint job on this guy, and I was psyched for it. This just looks neat. Just right off the bat, there's nothing more to say about it, but this is just cool looking. It's obviously based on the scene where the Predator is coming out of the water after he follows Dutch, and we see that water breaks his cloaking device, or at least shuts it down temporarily. And while this thing is just a complete repaint of the normal body for the Predator, they put a lot of cool detail in here. For his only accessory, this Predator comes with a human skull, which is beautifully detailed, really well done. And this will, I assume, go on your Predator trophy wall once that finally gets released. A nice little addition. And the plus side is, since NECA is releasing a full pack of trophy skulls for the trophy wall, now we can actually just leave this with the Predator and have it as just a trophy in his hand or something. Now, as he should, the Predator comes with his removable backpack and plasma caster. Same mold we've had in every single version of this figure, but it is a cool translucence. We even have some of the electric current running through it. It just looks really neat as you can see through it. There's different layers inside, just neat looking. Now, this whole thing isn't totally see-through. We got a totally see-through Predator previously. This has a lot of gray and kind of dusty looking color to it, which really helps the look of the overall figure. Of course, we have the cannon that can swivel at the bottom and then ball jointed at the top. Very, very cool looking. As for the rest of the Predator, he's also very cool looking. A very neat mix of painted and translucent pieces. Everything, as I said before, has that kind of dusty color, almost this weird internally lit thing to it. It almost looks like his mask is glowing in places, but it's actually a little bit of the flesh tone almost coming through. Just very cool looking. I love the metallic blue electricity surging through him. And I know somebody's going to comment, there was a fan-made custom. They did it on the pure translucent Predator. It was amazing. NECA hasn't even really touched that one. That one was superb, but this is still pretty cool for a mass-produced thing. This is really neat looking. All the details here, all the detail on his chest. The mask looks wonderful. The sculpt is always great. He has his bone necklace translucent there, but this one they actually gave him the black string, which is nice. I wasn't a big fan of the white. Here on the dreads, you can see they're also semi-translucent. The electricity still runs through them. Very cool looking. His back here with more of his trophy skulls. Electricity on his little butt flap back there. He's got his shoulder armor and his computer. His hand, which looks very skin tone. It's more opaque on the bottom, but see-through on top, which looks really cool. Of course, the cables and everything that every Predator has. His gauntlet down here with his closed fist hand. These blades feel really strong. On the previous clear Predator, I'd felt like it was a little flimsy in the blades. Overall, this whole Predator actually feels very, very sturdy. The last one I'd mentioned actually felt kind of gummy. I thought it was some weird effect of the translucent plastic. It felt like a gummy bear or something, and very flimsy. This feels very strong, very robust, very durable, which I love. More of his loincloth down here. This is new for this style Predator because now it's a separate piece instead of sculpted on like it was on the initial release of this Jungle Hunter. Not really anything going on down there, just very obvious leg joints. The upper leg armor, more great detail on the electric stuff. It's all pretty much the same paint scheme throughout. But it just looks really neat, and I love the combination of clear and painted. It really does come across very cool. For articulation, we have a ball-jointed head. Pin socket arms go out pretty decently, swivel. Bend and rotate at the elbow. Ball-jointed wrists. Swivel at the waist. Pin socket legs forward, back, out to the side very well. Swivel at the upper leg. Double-jointed at the knee. And ball-jointed at the foot. Overall, I really enjoy this figure. I think he's really freaking awesome, actually. I love the look of the paint on him. I'm not normally a big fan of figures that represent just one little scene, unless it's something like Freddy Krueger, where the big dream scenes are kind of what he's memorable for. But on something like the Predator, I normally just want more of a definitive version, one that is kind of, this is the Predator and this is everything that he is. So this being a very minor part of the movie, I can understand why a lot of people probably aren't going to get into it. But I think it's so cool looking. I was never particularly impressed with the full stealth version, so this actually to me is a really happy medium. The Predator always kind of had that electricity going on him when he cloaked or decloaked anyway, so he could almost just kind of be that version. And I think this is much, much cooler than those half-cloaked Berserker and Falconer Predators they've done. This is what I wish we'd been getting the whole time, because this is just cool. So I'm going to recommend him. I know he's not going to be for everybody, but I definitely recommend this piece. I think he's going to be a great addition to the collection. And even better, since the next Arnold figure that I'm going to review here is the one that kind of corresponds with this, it's all the more fitting to be in this wave. Make sure you check out Outside the Box Reviews on Facebook. As always, there is a link below. Also, if you're watching this video before July 1st, 2013, make sure you click the other link below to enter the Outside the Box Reviews 1,000 subscribers contest. All the details can be found there. And until next time, there's been another Outside the Box review. Stay tuned as Predator Week continues. Today on Outside the Box Reviews, Predator Week continues. And today, actually, I don't even know what this thing's called. Today on Outside the Box Reviews, Predator Week continues. And today, actually, f*** this camera now.